The following video is an illustration of the task in hand. If you prefer to have us do the job, please contact Emma or Rob at Amazon Cars. Yorn's 130 Amazon, and we're going to do a wheel bearing change. Customers complained of differential noises, and it turns out that the wheel bearings are very gravelly. So we've taken the shoe assembly off. Next is to take the handbrake cable out. .3/8 socket. These are in fact self-tapping bolts, so if you find they've stripped the thread, the easiest thing to do is simply replace them with an M6 nutter nylock. Out with the handbrake cable, set aside. Now off with the 4 end nuts. This is a 9/16 socket. Discard the serrated washers, since we're going to replace the nuts with 3/8 UNF nylocks. Now, in theory, there is plenty of slack in the brake pipe for you to be able to remove this off the end of the half shaft without having to undo the brake pipe to the wheel cylinder. There we go. The sequence of plates for when you reassemble is the back plate, a gasket, the plate, a gasket, and the grease seal. Throw away the 2 gaskets. Clean up the back of the plate, ready for reassembly. And here, beneath the back plate and outside of the axle, are the shims to set up the end float. One important thing to observe is that there is a hole at the bottom here that goes all the way through the back plate and through this little slot here on the axle, and sealed from the inside by the grease seal. If you get a half shaft oil seal failure, this means that the oil, the diff oil, will not come into the drums and affect your brakes. It'll drain out the back here. If, however, you are rallying, you are very likely to be going through deep water, and therefore you'll want to seal this hole, for which we supply a shim that has the oil drain deleted, a solid shim. So this one's a noisy wheel bearing. Can you hear this? Almost sounds like a ratchet. So put your method of slide hammer on. And out comes the half shaft. So we'll now take the half shaft away and press the bearing off, and using Scotch pads we'll just clean up the surface. Okay, we're just going to press the wheel bearing off the half shaft. Note down the bottom here we're controlling how far the half shaft can catapult once all the pressure is released. Almost always the thread on the half shaft is mildly fouled or badly fouled, so every time you have a half shaft out, goes into the vise and we run it through with the 7/8 UNF die if we're talking about the Spicer half shaft. So Spicer half shaft, 7/8 UNF. In we go. Got to be fairly careful about starting it because of course that woodruff key groove can make it slightly awkward to feel. So don't cross thread it. And then just check that the nut's also good, which it often is. There we go. Nice clean thread. Clean the excess grease. Oh, that's horrible. That is like a sort of fudge, well no, gritty fudge texture this is. I'm guessing this bearing has got very hot at some point in the past. And pop the oil seal out. There goes, one oil seal. And in with the new oil seal. Sit it gently so it sits square. I'm going to have to come around the other side. There you go, you hear the difference in note when it's seated home. There's our nice new Timken bearing. Drop that onto the half shaft, like that. Generously grease it. And just put a smear where the half shaft oil seal is going to bed down. Slide it in, make sure you lift it so it engages in the diff. There it goes, and home. Using your copper mallet, just make sure it's seated evenly. and we've got a bit of end float there now. Using your favourite bit of Scotch pad, we'll just gently clean the shims. Now, just by feeling at my fingertips, it feels like we're getting very close with this shimming. So we're just going to try that as it is and see what it feels like. Now, we can actually just go to it with the plate just whilst we check it. So quick clean up of the plate. Plate goes on. Now what we want is to be able to feel a very small, when we tug and push on this, we want a very small click, tick on that. At the moment, ooh, that is so close. Maybe it's just a touch tight. So we need an extra shim in there. Okay, so here we have a 0.5mm shim. I'm going to take this 0.2 out. In it goes. We'll just pull the half shaft bearing out a little bit to give ourselves some free play. We tug that now, there's a bit of free play there. Back on with the plate. There we go, there's just a faint tick there now. So, we'll put the back plate back on again. First gasket, plate, second gasket, grease seal that I've already liberally oiled the felt of. And on with the 4 3/8 UNF nylocks. And just a slight tick there. So, that's the rear wheel bearing build on the Amazon. One final point of note, that in the factory, Volvo only fitted shims to the right hand side of the axle. So the other side just goes together without shims. This side is where all the shimming was done. On competition cars, we tend to even up the shimming on both sides.